I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So everyone's using these model match related um, softwares to
Hmm.
target producing uh, high quality real estate agents, let's say, for example, most likely.
Hmm.
Because everyone's doing that, I speak with loan officers and mortgage brokers across the country. What I've understood is that most companies have this available, whether it's paid or free, they have it available. Everyone's using it. Everyone of all, you know, experience, brand new, been doing this for
Hmm.
30 years. They're all talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And from there, they only really have two ways to contact them. Besides doing it the back door way would be social media. So there's phone call and email.
Hmm.
So I'm sitting in this chair imagining everybody is contacting the same, let's say I'm being generous, 500 people. I'm sure that's a
Sure.
higher number than a real, the reality in like a market. So because everyone's going after these people who they are these people because they already have relationships set up.
Yeah.
Uh, I know that a lender can drop the ball. That opens the door for another opportunity where if you're in the right place at the right time, which happens really often with LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I get a message or someone will get a message saying, "Hey, my guy's not picking up. Can you do this?" And
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
sparks a relationship. So, yes, that happens, and yes, it's good. For that reason, it's good to reach out to the same, producing people. But there's many. I feel like the disadvantages outweigh the advantages in a way where you could do this for years and they're happy with their lenders. And at the same time, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, I'm not even exaggerating, people are going after the same individuals. So with LinkedIn, obviously you like how the process goes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about LinkedIn here. I'm just proving my point, or I want to hear your opinion.
Hmm.
With LinkedIn, you're getting in front of, you can't target by production, but you can target by experience and other things, which get you somewhat the right people. Obviously, if the market's bad, they may be doing bad. It can't be advertised on LinkedIn, so you don't know. But you're still getting in front of full-time realtors. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, in your opinion, I guess, I don't know if you can answer this directly, but in my mind, I think it makes more sense to do something like we're doing on LinkedIn for
Hmm.
6 months to a year and surround yourself with 20, 30, a large amount of realtors who are not top producers, but
Yeah. Hmm.
but this is their full-time job
Yeah.
and they want to go-to lender. You want to be the go-to person. So by doing it that way, you're surrounding yourself by lots of mid to low producers. So when people
Hmm.
come in and out, you still have a bunch of people. And if you're getting a few loans a year per person, which if you're the go-to lender, you are getting a few loans per year per person. That's probably the only homes they're selling the entire
Yeah.
year, but it's going to you.
Right.
So, I mean, what are your thoughts on, because I try to tell this to people and they go, I want to go after the producers. And I try to tell
Yeah.
them, well, you may have a much better experience and less risk surrounding yourself with 20, 30 mid to low producers
Yeah.
because if you're the go-to, you're getting more opportunities for more baskets than just all the opportunities from one top producer, which
Yeah.
we're just saying we're only if you get to that point. You may not even
Yeah.
get to that go-to point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something I try to talk to people about, but they don't see the other side of the
Yeah.
model, I guess.
Um, I agree with you. Definitely. I mean, most of the top producers have identified who their lender partners are. So you're competing
Mm-hmm.
with somebody who presumably is very good at what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and has already figured out how to make that, partner happy.
That's
Um,
obstacle one. Yeah.
yeah, and that is an enormous, obstacle. So, you have to have credibility, or you have to have a unique selling proposition that their partner does not have to win, their
Mm-hmm.
business. But then you better make sure that you show up on whatever you promise.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just, a fraudster,
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's obstacle number one. Obstacle number two is there's literally thousands of other loan officers calling and contacting the
that
same
same
people.
person, right? So
Yeah.
um w when we had our agent campaign turned on, my workflow was you guys put somebody on my calendar, and then I go to list reports and figure out everything I can find out about them. How much
Hmm.
business are they doing? Who are they working with? So I have my my cheat sheet of like what I need to talk to them about, and how do I show them that I know more than about them than they know about them, right? And so
Yep.
from a workflow standpoint, I think, having, okay, when somebody goes into appointment scheduled, then that will trigger a call to model match to populate their production, who they work with, how many transactions did they do, and so on and so forth. And that
Hmm.
information can go into Omega as like, this is my my call prep sheet without me actually having to manually do all that, right?
For
um
sure.
that's part of my hope. um and then the second part is being able to, because that's happening automatically, being able to see and tag inside of Omega who's on what level, and does the call need to change based on who just so happens to kind of come into the bucket. Because again, LinkedIn, you can't see volume, so you don't know who you're actually working with. And I have actually had, appointments with some really top, like, high quality top producers that, to your point, something happened with their lender, and they're willing to have a conversation, with another lender.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, um, then you have the agent that doesn't do a whole lot, of anything. And I would say they're really valuable because, assuming that they want to do more or have the capacity to do more, they're just looking for somebody more knowledgeable than them that's going to be a partner in taking them, to that
Yep.
next level. And so then again, having a platform that, you know, um, actually performs and does that for them, I think is really valuable.